Welcome back to Vagabond, Gypsy, Tarot, and Oracle readings. Today we are doing our reading for our people who were born on Fridays. And this is for Friday, January 20th through Friday, January 27th. So if you were born on a Friday, you are in the right spot. We are using the Tarot Wonderland deck by Barbara Moore, illustrated by Eugene Smith. I'm going to do something a little different here because this deck is so unique. I love it. I love it very much. I'm going to give you your general reading, and then I'm going to read out of her book. So, first of all, I have my little Wonderland doll. I think of her as Wonderland. And she's, I know she's a little more holiday season, but I think of her as winter season as well, and she's not standing up very well, so I probably shouldn't have moved her, but that's okay. There we go. Anyway, she's here as well. So let's go ahead and turn over your card for, again, Friday, January 20th through the 27th. Okay. Two of Swords. And I'm just looking at, okay, so the two signs here, one says Mad Hatter and one says Hare. Hare, the rabbit, H-A-R-E. Okay, so Two of Swords in A.E. Waite's version of tarot is having a choice. And the Swords is the suit of reason. So this card can mean there's a time to compromise. It can mean there's needs to be a balance of two forces. I'm going to bring this down so you can see it better. Sorry for the harsh movement there. Anyways, yes, so as you see, she's blindfolded. She has her swords crossed in front of her. And she is trying to make a decision. Almost like Lady Justice, a blind decision. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to read out of the book because the messages are so beautiful in this book. And yeah, I just want to read out of it. But before I do that, I also wanted to say that this card can also reflect the lack of facts and feeling conflicted. So it's almost as if the decision that you have to make is a decision that you feel like when you make it, there's going to be good results and bad both, and somebody's going to be hurt, or some. That's the general feeling that I'm getting out of this card. So let's go ahead, and I'm not going to read you everything, but I am going to read you general here. Let me find it here. And here's the book. It's a huge book that comes with this deck. I love this deck. Okay, so there's a little poem here. It says, "Through the looking glass. In that direction," the cat said, waving its right paw around, "lives a hatter. And in that direction, waving the other paw, lives March Hare. Visit either you like, they're both mad." So see, that's the decision that she has to make. She feels they're both gonna have consequences. So I'm going to read you a little bit here. It says, "This is the Cheshire Cat's advice to Alice." There's the Cheshire Cat. "When she asks for directions, she isn't sure where she wants to go. As long as I get somewhere," she says. "With this information, she weighs her options." Blind Justice weighs her options. She's seen a hatter before, so that choice is less interesting. Perhaps the hare won't be so mad as it was. As she approaches the hare's house, she second guesses her choice. Suppose it should be raving mad after all. I almost wish I'd gone to see the Hatter instead. As it turns out, the Hatter was at the Hare's house, and they were both behaving pretty madly. All Alice can do is make the best of it and try to get out of the situation unscathed and learn whatever lessons she can. So, to me, the energy this week is saying that you may have a decision to make, and neither of the ways that you can go in this decision seem to be too wonderful in your mind. And it's almost as if you just want to throw a coin in the air and heads tails it, but in this case she's got the swords and she's blindfolded. But as I said, this card is also the suit of reasons. Reason, not reasons. Reason. So this is asking you to make a decision. You can think through it as long as you want, but make a decision and let the chips fall where they may. And in the long run, it may end up like Alice here, where they were both at the same house and it worked out anyway. And in this, let's see here, I was just going to look at one other thing. In her book, she wrote, after all Alice can do to make the best of it, try to get out of the situation unscathed and learn whatever lesson she can. In the end, we are glad she made the decision she did, because the Mad Tea Party is one of the most well-known chapters from Wonderland. So no matter what happens, it will work out. It will be the right answer. It has to be, because that's the decision that was made. Whether you think it was right or wrong, it was the decision that was made, and it was the way it was supposed to be. So this is a beautiful card, and I love her cards, and I'm going to be reading out of the book for everybody else this week as well. So if you want to check out every day's reading, I normally don't do that because I like to read the card myself, but I guess in general we're using A.E. Waite's version and some of my feelings, and then in this case we're also going to add information from the actual guidebook from Barbara Moore. So I hope you enjoyed this reading, and we will see you again next Friday.